We seldom write formal letters these days except for cover letters, which are still widely used during the hiring process. Cover letters are an important element in this process. Where a resume provides a snapshot of your experience, cover letters provide details and explanations. Employers often use them to evaluate your communication skills as well. A cover letter strives to prove that you are uniquely qualified for the available position, that you stand out above all other applicants. To do that effectively, you must address the job ad. What is important to the hiring company? What do they emphasize? What skills are they looking for? Your cover letter should address such things. Applicants make two common mistakes in their cover letters. First off, they often just restate the info from their resumes rather than building upon the resume. You can expand upon the resume, but don't just restate it. Provide details and examples of those desired qualities you possess that are listed in the job ads. Applicants also tend to discuss why the position would be good for the applicant instead of why the applicant would be good for the company. Always focus on the hiring company and their needs. Tell them how great you will be for the job, not how great the job will be for you. We call this having a you attitude. The writing in a cover letter should be formal and professional. No contractions, no slang. These letters are one instance in this class where grammar and punctuation are incredibly important, since companies are often evaluating your writing skills through the cover letter. If you struggle with such things, I suggest getting done early and making an appointment at the Writing Center. A cover letter requires 8 sections: applicant name and contact info, the date, target company contact info, greeting, intro, the body, conclusion, and a closing. To see how to lay out these sections, watch the videos on design and getting hired. Use the same header as in your resume, both the same information and the same design. Doing so will make you look very professional. Include the date after the header and before the company info. Place a blank paragraph or 12 points before and after. For the company information, you should at least have an email, website, or city if you do not have a physical address. If you're going through a hiring agency, you may only have the hiring agency's information. Be careful with your greeting. If you have a name and are very clear that someone is male or female, you may use Mr. or Ms. Do not use Mrs., since you well may offend a woman with Mrs. If you do not have a name, or if the sex of the individual isn't clear from the name, use Dear Sir or Madam, or even better, Dear Hiring Manager. Always follow it with a colon. A comma is considered informal in a letter greeting. In a cover letter, you have 3 clear paragraphs that must be present: the intro, the body, and the conclusion. Your cover letter should run from 3/4 to 1 page. Do not increase your font or spacing to make it fit a page. You will lose design points if you do that. I'm looking for content, not word count. The structure of the introduction requires 3 common moves. First off, identify the subject, which is the job. For example, you might say, I'm writing to apply for the position of technical writer found on LinkedIn. We try to tell them where we found the job, since they may have multiple jobs listed. You need to state the purpose of the letter. That example sentence I gave before covers the purpose of the letter as well. Finally, state your main point, which should be that you are an ideal candidate for the job. For instance, you might say, given my background, I will help your company reach your goals of publishing quality work in a timely manner. Your introduction should only contain these 3 moves, no more information. Anything else should be moved into the body. The intro should be a single paragraph of text made up of 2 to 3 sentences. The body should explain how your education, experience, and skills fit the employer's needs. The body of the cover letter is where you get to show just how great you are. Remember not to just restate what is in your resume, but expand upon it. Go into more detail. Provide examples of projects or successes, exemplify your skills, or give details not provided in the resume. Use this as an opportunity to talk about successful projects or provide details the resume does not, and always address the job ad. For instance, the job ad lists teamwork as a required skill. In your cover letter, in a sentence or two, you might describe a successful team project you were on. If it asks for a particular skill or programming language, describe a project where you used that skill or language. If you are trying for an internship where the job ad asks for nothing more than a particular major and GPA, talk about what you've learned so far in school or work experience that you think will help with the position. Remember that you want the focus on them. Always bring it back to them and their needs. Tell them how you will be good for the job, not how the job will be good for you. Use examples that show how your skills will benefit them. Again, do not just restate what is in the resume. Ideally, the body should be 2 paragraphs made up of 3 to 5 sentences each. You can have 3, but keep it all to a single page. If it will take more than a page to address everything in the job ad, choose the most important elements and only address those elements. We have 3 standard moves in the conclusion, moves the hiring manager expects to see. First, thank the reader. You might say, "Thank you for taking the time to consider my application," or something like that. Offer the best way to contact you. For example, say something like, "My email address is the best way to contact me." Finally, look to the future. Say something along the lines of, "I look forward to hearing from you." Your closing should use a generic ending like respectfully or sincerely. Avoid yours truly because that has romantic connotations. Then leave a space and end with your name. Now see the video on emails.